We'll start our meeting, the West Hardin School District School Board, 6:30 on March 12th, 26th. Call the meeting to order and declare a quorum of everyone present. And I'd like to ask Michael if he would lead us in invocation.
Heavenly Father, thank you for everything you've done for us. Thank you for our school, our administration, our students, our parents. God, I ask you to give us wisdom in all things tonight in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, indivisible, with liberty and one flag, allegiance to the Holy State, one and
Thank you.
Nobody signed up to speak, Ms. Patty?
I'm Kathy, I'm running late. I don't see anybody.
Okay, thank you. All right, item number 4. Consider a motion to approve the minutes of our previous meeting. Motion by Jacob, seconded by Miss Debbie. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. All right, number 5, student recognition.
Do we have anybody out there that's
I heard some out there, somebody. That might have been what it was.
Hey, girl. So maybe stand like this.
there you go.
Okay. So, hello everybody. A few of our team members were not able to make it today for work and all the fun things, but for Oil or Petals, which is our floral program, we started out the year in February, really hitting the contest and going and doing all the fun things. Maddie Freeman placed 20 out of 150, or she placed in the top 20 out of 150 competitors at the Brenham Floral Contest, which was a very big deal, and made it to the second round. She was challenged in the second round, definitely, but she did a fabulous job. We're very proud of her. Our next contest was the Vider and Beaumont Floral Design Contest, where Cheyenne Steele placed 10th out of about 75 competitors. So she did really good. We had 7 competitors compete in that one. So we're very proud of them. Last Sunday, we went to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, where we had, so Houston does it a little different. You sign up and they do like a random draw for who gets in. They choose 100 competitors for Texas Tables, which is you make the arrangement here and you take it with you. Then we had Rodeo Cup, which is a 2-round event, and Kaylee participated in that one. And she made the top 20 at Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. So we're very proud of her. And this was her only second competition ever to go to. So it was a huge deal. I'm pretty sure all of the blood left her face when they called her name. And but yeah, she did a great job, and I'm very proud of her. This next weekend, Sunday, we have 2 teams going for dining duets. And that's teams of 2, and they make an arrangement and set a place setting. So we have 2 teams going to that, which is amazing. So that is cool run. Our rabbit crew, the Roses, Emmeline and Mac, we started off in February again at the I-45 showdown, and Emmeline brought home all kinds of banners and ribbons. She has a Britannia Petite, which is a very feisty little Little Rabbit. He's actually known for his aggression, and he's the only rabbit that cannot be disqualified for that. So it's interesting. We all, glove up whenever we have to handle that one. So it's fun. So she placed third in that one at the I-45 showdown. The English Angora placed best of class and best of breed. Her Blue Hollister placed best of class and best of opposite. Her Jersey Woolly also placed best of class and best of opposite. So her breeding program is pretty good, pretty solid, and we're very proud of her. Her and Mac went to Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo and competed in the rabbit judging contest, where they have to take a test and then actually have hands-on judging with rabbits. In the intermediate division, Mac placed 10th out of quite a few competitors at Houston. You can imagine how many there were. I don't remember the exact number, but pretty awesome that he placed 10th out of that. Emlyn also placed in her division, had way more kids in it, the senior division, and it's very competitive. But she did place in the top 50, so we're very proud of her. And then Monday and Tuesday, we went back to Houston. It's been a busy month. We went back to Houston and we had the show of a lifetime, I think. Miss Rose went with us, and it was a lot. Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was my first major rabbit show, so I was very excited to be there. Emlyn, Mac showed his English Angora, and he placed 5th in his class and got a little ribbon. Emlyn brought all 3 of her breeding rabbits. Her Jersey Woolly placed 5th, and then her Britannia Petite, the little feisty guy, he placed 2nd in his class. But her Blue Hollister stole the show and placed 1st in his class. Then went on to win breed, the best of breed opposite. So out of all the Blue Hollisters, he definitely stole the show. The senior girl got 1st place, but her senior buck got best of opposite. So we're very proud of them. We're expecting to grow this program next year, and we're really excited. We're hoping to have a senior judging team and an intermediate judging team. And I've already had lots of inquiries while we were at Houston. I already had people texting me, messaging me, how can we get in the rabbit show? And so we're ready to rock and grow this program. But thank y'all so much for all y'all do.
Congratulations.
I'm curious if mamas go up and touch him, is he as aggressive or is he more docile with you? Is it because he's so aggressive?
Really want to see him. Paid in pain, and he bit my sleeve. I'm glad this is my.
Man.
Yeah. I do want to meet him one day. Bring him with you to a board meeting the next time you look. You're the bag, but I'm not worried. Where it was. Yeah. Hey, I'm thinking over it. That hurts. Great job, y'all. It's fun. So thank y'all so much.
Your picture first. You're taking me, Judge.
All right. Hey, y'all, why don't you line up right here real quick and you can shake our hand and we'll
Just a little.
come around and get you a little.
Great job.
Hey, congratulations. 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 Here you go. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Thank you.
Good job, y'all. Killer rabbits.
Yes. Killer rabbit.
Y'all have a good night.
All right, item 6, department reports. First is finance. I guess you'll be doing that.
Oh, yes, sir.
Miss Becky's not here.
No, Becky wanted to share. She gave everybody a printout right here of your check run and everything else. If you have any questions, she said just to kind of let us know. You know, you can see that we did get hit for some big expenses. It kind of comes all at once, but nothing that was not accounted for. We couldn't handle, and so forth. So if you have any questions, just kind of let us know, and we can answer them the best we can.
Any questions? Farrell?
No, I didn't first, but I think I'm gonna be here.
Okay.
Even after today, if you have any
Well,
questions.
she went through and marked everything.
Yes.
Pretty good.
So,
So,
but
yeah.
I did read that.
Yeah. Pretty good. All right. Next is maintenance and transportation.
Elizabeth is watching her son run, and Dwight was finishing up, setting up for senior serve, and so they're not going to be with us
Okay.
this time around.
We're on to cafeteria with the lovely Miss Kathy.
Yeah, it's been going pretty smooth, and I thought I was better on it, but she's like a bad penny. She just keeps showing up. Asking like questions, and I can't even pronounce the words. Instead of just saying they needed the wellness plan, she was like an
Implementation.
Yes. But I got it figured out, and I'm like, you wanted the wellness plan, and she's like, yes, ma'am. And I'm like, okay. But I sent it to her, and I'm thinking we're done this time, but I'm not sure. She's being very thorough. I was off of a fourth of a cup on 8 sack lunches. I sent them with the.
There you.
Figured out that I was supposed to send them that fourth of a,
Yeah.
in a sack lunch.
It depends on how many sack lunches you had. You just split it up.
Sack lunch.
A teaspoon per bag.
8 lunches.
So okay, I guess.
And vegetables.
Vegetables.
And that's why I'm going to do it on it hungry.
Yeah. Well, that's not too bad.
Say anything, I just have to want to report and say, how I'm not going to do that in the future.
Right. Right. Yeah. Good luck with that. Yep. All right, thank you. All right. Next is safety with Officer Dan.
House board meeting has been crazy past couple of months. I think early February, I didn't get to report it, but, through early December all the way through early February, whenever the state always requests that we send in, our safety documents for each year, they pick some random safety documents that we have to update and add new material on. Usually it's always your basic plan and then whatever else they throw in there. So, you send in what you worked on and they send back whatever corrections you need. Sometimes you get right on the first try, sometimes it might take 2 or 3 tries. We got everything good, clear in early February. And, now that that's died on, my focus has kind of shifted over into truancy. I wouldn't say that our truancy numbers are really that high, but the ones that we're looking at, it's been some weird cases this year. We really try to work with them up here. Most of the time I find that when somebody hits the mark for truancy, more often than not, it might be an elementary kid that mom or dad trusted them to turn their doctor's note in. That don't happen. I know I don't trust my 7-year-old to do that. They'll lose every single one of them. Or, maybe their doctor's office or whatever they're missing school for just wasn't working for them. So we make those calls and those visits. And 99% of the time we get them off with us. So when I actually have to file on somebody, it's those extreme cases. One example of, I think, I can't remember what day, but sometime in the past couple of weeks, we hit that 100 day of school mark. And it was before that, the plot one I filed on was 57 absences. He's missed more school than we've had in school this year. So it's those cases of those parents that really just don't want to work with us. So in the last month, it's either 11 or 12. I might be off one of the cases that we've had to file on. They actually have to go through the court process. And other than that, we've had 2 student arrests on misdemeanor charges within the last month. One for an incident off campus that the sheriff's office handled, and one on campus that district PD had to handle. And other than that, knock on wood, it's been pretty smooth. Elementary hasn't been killing each other. That's usually the case. So, y'all any questions?
Any questions? All right, thank you, sir. Next is athletics.
And Coach Skinner at track meet, and I'm doing all that today.
Send me a.
Okay.
He didn't make it, and these kids couldn't make it either because most of them are either at the track meet or preparing for whatever thing they're about to do next.
Alright.
But he did send me, he wanted to make sure, that he got reported his basketball all district kiddos. We had, 6 of those, so Rylan Hashaw and Brooklyn Hashaw honorable mention, Addison Simmons and Adley Albritton second team all district. Zaylee Hedsmith first team, and Elise Mosley co-offensive MVP. So a really successful season. Addison Simmons also got academic all-state honorable mention for girls basketball. So we're proud of their academic achievements as well. Boys basketball also had a good successful season, all district honors. Liam Trousdale had honorable mention. DeMarcus Guillory was second team. Marcus Hashaw first team. Elise Mosley did not get boys basketball co-offensive MVP.
Yeah. You just check and see. Yeah.
And then we had 2 boys with academic all-state, Cade Schroeder with honorable mention and Karen Alexander for the team. So our boys are putting in work in the classroom as well as on court. And we had 3 boys qualify for regional powerlifting: Bo Adams, Jocelyn Bickerstaff, and James Bodie. We had 3 girls qualify for girls regional powerlifting: Marley Hendricks, Grayson Cole, and Trista Beatty, who set a regional squat record at 245 pounds. As well as qualifying for state powerlifting, and then we'll do a nice little send off for her Monday afternoon. So he did want to make sure and brag on his kiddos, even though he's out in cold with track meet.
All right, thank you. All right, curriculum, Heather.
We have things testing going on right now. We're getting ready to do our interim map testing for elementary and secondary beginning on Monday. That's what we use for our growth measure for TIA teachers. So that will be next week. And then some of it will be next week. For some of it, the ones that we added on, like our IQEB courses and some of our pre and post tests, we'll do those in May. They are more a content-based instead of a growth measure. So we'll be finishing those up, and that's what we'll use to measure whether our students showed the growth they needed to qualify our teachers for TIA. Now we do use T-tests as well, but and then getting ready for STAR. Teachers are starting to get ready for their STAR flips. And lots of teaching going on, lots of writing going on. So that's going really well. As far as curriculum next year, we'll make a few minor adjustments, but nothing major. And we'll kind of talk more about that in a little while. TIA, we're doing, so last year I applied for an expansion and we were approved for that. So that's when we added on a lot of our ICEB, which was forensic science, metal, rural design, 8th grade social studies. There were several of those. So I applied for another expansion and I finished that today. So we'll turn that in mid-April. And that, after that expansion, that will include debate, theater, arts, band, social media marketing, 7th grade social studies, and government economics. If that's approved, then we're going to be 100%. Our teachers there will be 100% of our teachers will be covered. So it doesn't matter what position they are in, they will be eligible for a TIA designation. So I'm really hoping that we are approved in that. So that would be a great selling point for our school district. So
Good,
Awesome.
that's all I
So
have.
sorry, can I ask?
Go ahead. Yeah,
So when
absolutely.
we get that done, how do we measure, like, say it's debate, how do you measure their progress or however, you know,
Yeah.
to get that? Do we set those things?
Well, so there's a company that we'll use called Music First for debate, theater, and band.
Okay.
And so they'll use critiques for those different courses and they'll come out with tests, online tests. And so they'll take that at the beginning of the year and then they'll take it again at the end. And so we'll use what's called half the gap, kind of formula to figure out if the student has been the right amount of growth. Cool. Yeah.
Good deal. Thanks. Secondary principal.
All right, you'll get to hear me twice tonight. That secondary report is for you. You take that as a
Thank you.
It's been a little while since I've handed out papers.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
So, parent community involvement this month. We have just finished up incoming freshman parent night tonight. Miss Landry and Miss Bailey did a phenomenal job explaining to our students and their parents and guardians our course offerings, how those are changing, our upcoming partnership with LIT. So they did a really great job. I think kids are very excited about their options. Parents are excited about a lot of the options we'll be offering to our students in the future as well. We also, Miss Bailey is rocking it with community involvement. She has been working with a group called FAME. And this is a group that is designed to give graduates hands-on experience while they earn their associate's degree in, I had to write it down for myself so I don't forget, right now in electromechanical and machining areas. And so what the kids can do is actually, if they get signed up with these people, it's kind of like an apprenticeship that pays for their school and they're working while they go to school. It takes, I think, about 2 years, she said. And so that we've actually had a campus visit from them, kind of getting some interest from our students. And then I believe next month, Ms. Bailey will be taking some students who are very interested on a visit to learn more from this group. So she has been doing a great job getting our kids aware of what all is out there in the community. Just general updates, enrollment, we've stayed the same since last month at 230. Our campus attendance is trending upwards, which is, I mean, impressive to me for March because, like, I'm kind of tired. So I assume the kids are too. Everybody has grown a little bit, except our seniors went down like a couple hundredths of a point. I mean, they're tired. They're seniors. So we're glad they didn't go down more than that. But we have overall improved as a campus on attendance in the last month. Our discipline is up a little bit. Again, it's March. We're all tired of waking up and some of us of each other. So our referrals are up just a little bit. We do have one DAP placement. I really thought I was going to make the year without any, but it's mandatory. You got to do what you got to do. And our ISS actions have gone up by about 6 since last month. We do have kids coming to Friday school trying to make up that attendance. Obviously, not as many as we wish did, but we're getting there. We're working with them. Those who aren't, we're working on attendance plans for them so that we can work on getting those credits and making sure that we are staying on track. We've already had our special recognition, and then things that we have coming up. I also included math testing because it's a big deal for us. Our students are ready to show what they know, and we'll offer some incentives for those. And we have a college preview day coming up. Again, I cannot say enough good things about Miss Bailey and her involvement with our students. So she has actually planned that for the end of our map testing week for juniors and seniors. She's working with Coach O'Daniel, who came to us from Sam Houston and was actually the recruiter for them while he was there and did campus tours. And so he did her a favor and called and got him in on a hot spot they didn't have. And so they'll take a bunch of our kiddos to go do that Thursday of this next week. And then we have STAR testing coming in April, and our teachers are either preparing for or beginning their STAR blitzes right now. And so they're really in that crunch time. We're doing our best to support them with time to do that and support them with the time in the classroom. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? I think. All right, elementary.
Write in one thing.
Thank you.
I haven't unset my mouth. Should be one.
So this past Tuesday, under parent involvement, we had our book character parade, which I know you saw a couple there. It's absolutely precious. We lined that up with our book fair this year. We tried to line that up with also Read Across America Week, which encompasses Dr. Seuss's birthday. But we had a lot of testing going on in the library, so we had to adjust the time of book fair by a week. But we had tons of student participation. They came dressed up as a favorite book character and brought a book either with them from home, or they got one from the library or classroom library. They paraded through the halls. They ended in the middle school gym where parents and guests were present. And it's a really great way that we try to encourage reading at home. It's so important for all of our kiddos, especially our younger grade levels. So we had a great turnout there. We've got our Easter celebration coming up on Thursday, April 2nd at 9:45. So we've got some of our younger grades that are going to do Easter egg hunts that morning on the playground, and then we'll open up the campus for parents and guests to come in and celebrate that special holiday with all of our kids. What I wrote in was we've got pre-K kindergarten roundup coming up the week of March 23rd. So that's open for any kiddos who plan to start with us next year. They come and get assistance with registration. We've done an additional piece this year. We worked with our pre-K and kinder teachers to kind of develop a list of things that help academic-wise and just personal care-wise, that if they come to us in pre-K kinder and they know those things or they've been working on them, it just helps out a lot. A lot of 4 and 5-year-olds have never eaten on their own. They're not used to opening things by themselves. So it's just a list of things that parents can work on at home with their kids from March until we start in August, that hopefully will get them on the right foot. So we have that coming up for parent involvement as well. Under general updates, our enrollment, it's still at 272. We've lost a couple kiddos due to checking out. We've gained a couple. So there's been some fluctuation, but the overall number hasn't changed. Our attendance has held really steady. I think the only change in the negative was 6th grade went down by like 2%. But we're finally seeing some steadying out, especially in our younger grade levels. We had a really bad bout of flu at the end of January, but thankfully most have stayed well. Now we've got the stomach bug going around, but it's hitting the teachers, not so much our kids. We did have a day a couple weeks ago where we had 99% student attendance across the campus. So we only had 2 kids absent out of the entire elementary, which was incredible. So we made a run to Sam's that evening. We brought a cart full of cookies, prepackaged cookies around to the kids, and really tried to build that up. We do have a kind of piloting a student attendance incentive for that last 9 weeks. Because our attendance is taken one time a day at 9:30, and that's where our ADA and everything comes from. But we have a lot that come in late with tardies or they check out early. So we're going to kind of involve all of those things and see if we can get some class competition going on and hopefully see an improvement there. So we're going to try it out the end of the year. If it goes well, we'll kind of carry it over to next school year, maybe make some tweaks along the way. Our discipline numbers have gone down a bit. Again, I haven't had to call Dan very much. But it is kind of getting into springtime, but we've tried to hit discipline harder in some of our earlier months, so we are seeing some improvements there. We're going to try to recognize our November, December, and January students of the month at next board meeting. My goal next year is to get that streamlined and recognize 1 month at a time. The next month, things have just been a little bit busy and crazy as first year principal, but we're getting there. And again, all the things with testing coming up. We are excited. We are going to do a MAPS testing incentive for our kids. So if they meet their end of year MAP growth goal, we're going to take them to Jump World May 5th, I think is the date. So we've started telling teachers that. They've been building that up for the kids. So they're really excited. So all good things. Any questions?
Thank you. All right, Superintendent.
It's been a busy month, right? We're we've had some good changes that come about that, we've talked about last board meeting. We've got a lot of positive reception with those changes that we've made. I think that we're seeing some improvement in our personas and our auras based on some of these changes that we made with some of our people, and I think it's a great thing. I think we're that part of the culture is building up significantly. It is March, and so things get a little crazy. But Shirley's been in here a couple times this week, and we've been blowing and going with putting some fires out so they don't turn into infernos or they don't turn into something that we can't put out, but nothing that can't handle. Megan and Corby have been doing an excellent job, handling those things. For me personally, we're talking about the Sam Houston trip. I think we're going to drive that bus. We'll get to go see Sam Houston with some of our kids. That'll be fun. Today, I learned exactly what it means to set up that gym for an event. It took an hour and a half just to push the bleachers in, right? So, that's a tough deal. And then, with helping Dwight, we laid 3 tarps down, taped them up, brought in 365 chairs and 40 tables. And I was working today, but, it's a lot of work, but it's a special event. I'll be out of town this weekend, but it's unfortunate I won't be able to be at Senior Serve, but I know that I'll have a chance to make hopefully quite a few more. But we get some really good things going on, getting ready for testing, and we have a lot of conversations with our teachers about that star rigger and how that's going, and there's a lot of optimism with our kids that are learning, and then maybe having to pivot and retract and go back and learn a little bit more, and then moving forward and having a lot of success. So we're really excited about that.
Any questions for him? Thank you. Next is the football schedule.
Y'all have the football schedule in front of you right here. I don't know if you had a chance to see. It's just the information on it. You want to look it over. It's right there. Pretty self-explanatory.
All right, thank you. And next is consider a motion to approve the budget for 25-26 year amendment as presented.
What's the amendment?
She had to move some money over for that's it. Do you remember what it was? She had to move it over for. It was from one function to another to man, I can't remember. What's the number that you had?
$151.53. Oh, 199. It moved from 19911. That mean it
To a different function.
Yeah, it moved from one to
So
another.
for $151.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it wasn't a huge amount, but you still had to move it. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Oh, I'm sorry. If you look on this, yeah, that's what it said. It said she had to reverse out because the wrong vendor name was put in there. Okay. The 2 Follett vendor, Follett software, and Follett solutions.
This side of the table didn't get it.
That's what. Well, it was in the. She made it for Tony because this is what she had given to me, and so we had the wrong vendor name in there, so she had to move it. Yes, sir.
Who seconded?
Debbie.
Motion by Jacob, seconded by Ms. Debbie. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank y'all. Next, item 9 It's entertain a motion to approve the 2024-25 audit report as presented.
This is, he came, I believe it was in December. Is that when he came? To present the audit, and then this is just the final draft of your 24-25 budget. Yes, it didn't really change, so.
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Ms. Farah, seconded by Bobby Joe. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Item 10.
Okay, here's the, we spent some time, and I really appreciate everybody coming for that Team of 8 board goal workshop. If you look on the attachment, it tells about our goals that we went over with Morgan. I had some to add to it, you know, talking about personnel, operations and facilities, you know, and as well as finances, having that balanced budget, you know, being transparent, things of that nature. You know, I went over it. I told you I was going to put it together. I think I sent it out to you that Tuesday after we got done. This is our final revision. If you have any questions on that or anything else, just let me know.
All right, thank you. A motion made by Ms. Shirley, seconded by Jacob. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, motion carried. Number 11, the certification provisions of instructional material survey 26-27 year.
So TEA requires school districts to annually certify that the instructional materials that the kids access to cover the TEAs. And so I've attached in board book the survey that I filled out. It goes through every bulk course, you know, the course for the different elementary and then for secondary. And so everything is listed on there that we'll use. So y'all just have to certify that we're good to go with that.
All right, we get a motion to approve that.
There's a lot of pages, so I didn't print it out.
We almost have to trust you, right? All right. Somebody made a motion. Motion made by Jacob, seconded by Miss Debbie. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, motion carried. Item 12, the district calendar.
District calendar. So this one presented to you is one that we had as an information item. We talked about it in a little bit of detail last time, and then came back. It's pretty much a replica of the one that we had this year. You know, I do believe people, when in talking to other superintendents and things of that nature, I think there's going to be some legislature that comes out that we are going to have to get in the mind frame of maybe adding more days into the school calendar, but not as of right now. We had 2 calendar meetings. We displayed both calendars on each campus, and we presented this one after our second calendar meeting, as well as the one with 165 days with our accountability information for the past 5 years, and let them know that if, you know, we don't see academic progress, we're going to have to start adding more days here pretty quickly. So, but as for now, this is the one that our district personnel and people involved in the community and everything has voted to keep, and so we need your approval.
Fair question on it.
Yeah.
On this year's calendar, first week of December, if we had some testing in there, is that going to be the same?
You would, so probably maps testing on the elementary. You refer to elementary. It's probably.
Yeah, I see most of it reflected from last year's, like almost identical, but I was just
So
wondering.
your two testing seasons are your retesters on the secondary level that'll go that first week in December, and then you start pretty much last week of March beginning of April and run through just about April on your start testing. And so
on this one, I skipped over. Something was missing and we weren't gonna have it.
oh, on the testing, the shaded testing days.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, we can get that on there before we put it out.
Yeah, April's the only.
So did we do community feedback or no?
We did. We had a meeting. We had our first calendar meeting, and then we hosted one on a Tuesday night. Got some feedback with that directly the next day. Held our second one, and then presented at Teach Campus after that, and then put it to the board agenda that following week.
I wanted to announce to the community to come. I never seen it.
I think I saw something. I
We
wasn't able to
we
make
we
it 'cause I
posted it and
had to-
reposted on Facebook twice.
I didn't know if if people showed up or anything.
We had a few.
So we're gonna add the testing in December.
Yes,
We'll highlight it.
We'll
Just
highlight. We'll highlight those days and make sure that they're according to before we put it out to the public.
Any other questions? All right, we get a motion to approve. Okay, motion by Bobby Joe, seconded by Jacob. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. And that concludes our